Hello friends, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cat and Candy Doll. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome all. Hi. This is a shifting video. In my last video, I basically did like an announcement explaining what will be happening in Anime STL. And I was saying that you should be able to bring your own drinks and food. Just make sure to carry a bag with you so that way you guys stay hydrated. Be sure to buy lots of water and put them in your bags. That way no one's passing out. And if you guys get a chance to, stop at the Honey Tea Maid Cafe and say hi because I'll be there. So this is a shifting video, like I said. And I'm going to be explaining to you guys what happened when I went back to Toshinori's house. I know I seem really happy in this video. Did I do something naughty? Not really. I mean, it's not really a crime if you don't think it's a crime. Like, it was an accident, honestly. Like, this was a complete accident. It was not my fault. It was Toshinori's fault that this happened. And I shouldn't be blamed for this because it's not my fault. Like I said, it's his fault. Also, I'm going to be keeping track of this video. That way I know how long it is, guys. My other video wasn't really that long, so that's okay. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I am going to be explaining some things to you. So I decided to go to Toshinori's house, and I had every intention of doing something special for him because last time when I made that meal, it wasn't really considered special. I made him breakfast, but that was basically because I had to do a confession. It wasn't really from the bottom of my heart like it should have been. It was just to help like sweeten him up a little bit before I confessed. Hope that hope that my punishment would be less than what it was. But it turned out not to be that way. Instead, I still ended up getting pretty bad punishment. So this time I legit wanted to do something special. So I thought, what better could I do than bring my real loud piano with me and play my song for him? So I basically tried to, I tried to shift there with my real loud piano and it did not work. My piano did not go with me. Um, the thing is about a real loud piano, it doesn't have all the keys. My piano only has like 48 keys or something like that, or 44 keys, but a piano has like 88. So the thing is, I can't learn how to play all the songs. I can only learn half of them since I only have half the keys, which is actually pretty messed up. I'm going to get a piano in the future. I want a digital grand piano, and I found one from the Steinway Gallery. So I'm really thinking about going there sometime in the future once I saved up enough money to buy one. My favorite classical artists, my favorite composers are Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart. Also, that guy, there's a Russian composer too who did the Nutcracker. His name is Purely Chavsky. How's his name spelled? Tsch. I don't remember how to spell his name, but he was freaking brilliant. He wrote the Nutcracker. The music is awesome. I'm gonna just move this over. Sorry, guys. I hope that my screen didn't become blurry because of that, because I touched something. So anyway, I had this whole idea of going there and just playing my song and stuff for him, and I figured it would be a great time to do it. Just also to kind of show off my talent to him, to show him, what I can do. But also it will remind him how much I love him. It will be a reminder of how I love him so much, and this song would just like completely like just bring all of those feelings back to him from me. So I know it probably sounded really weird right now. Um, like I said, I haven't really had him. I haven't really eaten anything yet. I feel kind of weird, so but I had to tell you guys what happened because I was this happened recently, and as soon as it happens, I like to give you guys my videos so I can tell you. Okay, like I said, I didn't do anything wrong, like technically. Physically, maybe a little bit, but like I said, it isn't my fault. Um, I hope I didn't give away too much for my thumbnails. I try not to, and I don't want to give away any spoilers. So I shift to Toshinori's house and I walk in. I close the door behind me, and as soon as I walk in, Toshinori walks up and he's only wearing a towel. And he goes, "You're just getting me getting." He goes, "You just catch me. You just caught me getting out of the shower." And he walks up and kisses me, and I kiss him. And he basically like picks me up and carries me into the room. So my legs are around his waist. And then, he starts removing all my clothes. And I'm not going to go into all the messy details, but you guys know what happened. So afterwards, we took a bath together. I'm still not used to bathing with him. I'm still a bit cringy when he touches me. He almost gets bit several times. And I can't help it because it's just like a reflex. I've always been that way. Even like in the past, in my old job, my friend was trying to give me cookies. And before I became a 3/4 or 5-year-old teacher, I was a toddler teacher for a while. I was getting too attached to the babies because I would get attached to them because I would watch them grow from this baby to this older kid, and then they would graduate, and then I'd be crying like my eyes out. So I actually stopped becoming a toddler teacher. That was when I switched over. It was less painful that way. Um, anyway, a friend of mine at the school was trying to give me cookies. She was trying to give me one. She had two in her hand, and I don't know why I thought she was giving me two, but I bit her hand because my hands were full and she like fed me the cookies. I bit her hand by accident. I like apologized for it later. I didn't mean to bite her fingers or anything. So anyway, back to the shifting. So like we get out of the tub and everything, and Toshinori puts a robe on, and we walk into the kitchen, and he goes, "Go have a seat, honey. I'll get breakfast ready." So I sit down, and I'm like, "Okay." I'm sitting there, and he's starting to get things out, and then I go, "Wait a minute," and I go, Toshinori, wait," and he goes, "What?" I go, "I'll make breakfast this time." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll make breakfast." Then he looks at the time, and he goes, "I didn't realize it was this late. I'm gonna go get dressed. I'll be right back." And I go, okay. So I start scrambling to make breakfast because I know we only have like an hour. So like I make the pancakes and eggs. And finally Toshinari comes back. He's fully dressed. He's handsome as ever. He just looks so big and just delicious in his outfit. And I'm getting turned on again just from looking at him. But then I look away and I start sipping on my coffee. And so like he gets everything ready. He like sits down and like so now like we have all of our food in front of us. He's gotten all of the silverware and all of the stuff ready. And Toshinori goes, "Guess what?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Principal Nezu thinks you'd be a great teacher." And I'm like, so I'm eating and I'm like, how does Principal Nezu know about me? And he goes, "I told him that we were dating." And my mouth just drops open. I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah. He goes, "I told him that you came to the school because you wanted to see me." And I'm like, and he's like, "I told him that, you came to see me and you got pulled into his office. So you basically just played along with what he was saying. But he seems pretty interested in you for some reason." So then I keep eating. I'm like, I probably won't go back there. He goes, "I'm not prepared to share you with anyone else. So that's okay. You don't have to worry about that ever again." So I'm eating and stuff. And then Yoshinori goes, "The food is delicious, by the way." And I go, "Thank you, my love." And I like lean over to kiss him again. And he stops. Like his face turns red. And suddenly he like drops so he has coffee in his hand. He just drops it and he just like darts into the bathroom. So then I run after him. I ran after him and I'm banging on the door. I'm like, "Toshinori." I'm like, "Toshinori, are you okay?" And I go, "What the heck's wrong with him?" And I go, "Toshinori, what's the matter?" I'm like shouting. And now so like I'm banging after I'm banging, banging, banging. And finally he goes, "Would you stop it?" And I was like, "You didn't say anything." He goes, "I'm using the bathroom right now. Can I use the bathroom with some privacy? Or do you want to sit on my lap while I go?" Guys, he said that and it pissed me off so bad. I was like angry. If he was in front of me and he said that to me, I would have slapped the mess out of him. Like I would have like bitch slapped him so hard. Like he would have been like so angry because guess what? I would have bitch slapped the heck out of him. Like you don't say stuff like that to me. Like you're not allowed to say that. Don't say that to me. Your words piss me off. You know what? You piss me off saying that. So I go back in there and I sit down. I'm like, whatever. Screw how he's doing. He's gonna be that way to him. So like sitting there, and then he comes back. He goes, "Oh, good. I hope I didn't leave you waiting long." He goes, I have to go to work soon. I only have 30 minutes left. And he's drinking out of his coffee and he goes to touch me and I'm like, jerk away from him. And he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And he goes, okay. He tries to touch my face again. And I'm like, and he's like, Cotton Candy Dog, what the heck? We talked about this. And I'm like, what did we talk about per se? He's like, don't even do that. Don't. And I'm like, don't do what? Don't pretend that you just said that to me, that you just treated me like a worthless piece of crap. I'm not crap. He's like, I didn't even say anything to you. What do you mean? You just said that to me when you was in the bathroom. No. Like, so then he's like, can I have a kiss then? Just have to ask for your permission all of a sudden. And I'm like, wow, that's a new shocking turn of events. His words actually surprised me. He sounds pissed off, but I'm like, whatever. I go, yeah. He goes, on your mouth? I go, he's like, no, I want a kiss on your mouth. You can't tell me no. And I go like this, right here, right here. You know, trying to like, no, like laughing a little bit. He's like, he's like, you think you're funny, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. And then his face turns red again. He gets up and he like darts from the table. Okay, so guys, this time I'm like on him like white on rice. I'm like literally behind him, like darting. He goes into the bathroom and slams the door. And when I say he slams the door so hard, I went flying back because he basically like shut me out of his life the way he did it. He was like pushing up against the door and he pushed it like that and I fell back. So when I fell that back, I almost did like a tumble over, like my feet almost went over my head and everything. So then I sat up, I'm like, Toshinori, like I'm angry. It's like I'm banging on the door. I'm like, Toshinori, let me in now. I'm like, let me in the door. He would not let me in. So then I'm like, okay, well, since he's gonna be that way. See, the thing is, like, you told me to give you privacy, but guess what? When I peed on myself that time when I had that accident in your garden because you didn't want to stop doing what you were doing so that I could go to the bathroom because you didn't want to give me. By the way, that area in the garden, that's like my area now. I own it because I pee there all the time. So it's basically mine. He has no idea. I do it when he's not looking, you know. If he's taking a shower or if he's asleep, then yeah, I go back and pee in my area because it's my property now. Anyway, like I was saying, there is no privacy. So they didn't get privacy, so you're not gonna get privacy. So if you got a doo doo, then I'm gonna be there when you do. So now like I'm just like, okay, well, you're not allowed to just shove me. Like Toshinori, you're not allowed to shove me out of your life. What do you think you're dealing with here? You know, what do you think you're gonna do? This isn't gonna work. Of course I have to come in there while you're there. Even if I can just squeeze myself inside just a little bit, I'm coming in there. So I go into through his drawers and it takes me forever to find his tools because I can't find them. And I managed to find this yellow screwdriver. So I grab it and I try one more knock. I take the back of the screwdriver and I hit it up against the door. And I go, Toshinori. And I knock again. I go, Toshinori, answer me and stop being an asshole. There's no answer. So I go, fine. So I use the screwdriver and I try and I'm trying to like pick the lock to get it open. But nothing I'm trying is working. It's just not working for some reason. And the screwdriver is like, it's not a flat head. It's like the four. So then I'm like, dang. I'm like, how can I get in this bathroom? You know, I put the screwdriver behind me for a second, but then I look up at the hinges on the side of the door. It has three hinges connecting it. So then I go get a chair and I climb up. So I start undoing at the top hinge, and the door kind of like tilts a little bit this way because of the angle it's at. And I'm trying to peer over the top. I just want to get a peek at him. I just want to see him while he's like on the toilet. If I get a good look, I'll be happy. So like, I don't care. Anyway, I don't care if he gets angry. Guess what? So what? Because you can't do this to me. You're not gonna do this to me. You're gonna let me in. I'm coming in there. So then like, I start undoing the rest of it and like I undo the second part, and the door kind of tilts, so it's basically almost kind of diamondish the way it looks. And so like I try to squeeze my fat body through the bottom, and it's not working. But then I look over the top part and I can see like his clothes. Like his clothes is like on the floor. His boxers are right there. So I thought it's red boxers over there. So when I see the boxers, I like smile a little bit. I get kind of like happy because I'm like, I actually want to hold those in my hand. They're probably still warm from him. So like I run in the kitchen and I grab a mop. So now I'm trying to slide the mop under, but it's not working. And I'm like trying to get the boxers, but they seem to be getting further and further away. So I finally pull the mop up. When I pull up the mop, it snaps. So now the mop is snapped in half, and I have no boxers. So I just drop the mop part on the floor, and I take the pole part and I lay on the floor, and I'm reaching for the boxers, and I finally get them. So like now, like, but while I'm grabbing them, like, okay, so my arm is under this little space because that's the only part I could fit in there. That's the only skinny part of my body. I'm doing like this, trying to get it out, but now the mop thing is hitting against the door. And I hear Toshinori. He's finally like, what is that noise that I hear? And the way he said it is like, he knows something's not right. And I don't answer him because it's like, you didn't answer me. So guess what? I'm not going to answer you. You'll figure it out when you see it. How dare him? So anyway, I finally get the boxers and I pick them up, and they're not as warm as I want them to be. I guess it took too long for me to get them. But the first thing I did is smell them. They smell really good. They smell like him. And I'm just like, wow, I'm just going to keep them because you know what? He's been keeping mine or throwing them away because I haven't found them yet. So you know what? I'm going to hold on to his. So anyway, so I have his boxers in my hand, and so now like I'm looking at the broken mop. So as a bonus, you know what I do? I take the I take the end of the mop, the one that I'm holding, and I like yeet it. I like yeet it across the floor, and it hits the wall and it bounces off. And I hear Toshinori go, "Cotton Candy, what are you doing?" And then I'm standing there and like so the top hinge is already gone. The second hinge is gone. And the last hinge is the only thing like keeping the door together. But that's starting to like tilt a little bit too. And it looks like it's gonna fall because it's tilting more and more, but it doesn't fall. It's actually stuck that way. So then like I took the other half of the mop, the part that broke off, and I went in the kitchen and I threw it in the trash. And I looked around the kitchen and I said, you know what? Even though he was being an asshole to me, because I could have slapped the crap out of him for what he said to me. Even though he's being a jerk, I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. So I go back, I put the screwdriver back where I got it from, and I close the drawer. I clean off all the dishes from the table, I put them in the dishwasher. I wash the rest of the stuff that need to be washed out by hand, and I put all that stuff away. I even cleaned out the the crazy espresso coffee machine thing. And I was careful not to cut myself because of the freaking coffee grinder thingy with the bean. Yes, he has coffee beans, guys. Coffee beans. It grinds up into coffee. That's why I said I told you guys that he had like a coffee, that he had like a special, like this really advanced like coffee machine. Yeah, it's like an espresso machine thingy. It's freaking crazy. Like I haven't seen anything like it. So like afterwards, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just clean this up. And I went back and I thought maybe Toshinori would have been done doing, taking his dump or whatever. So then I go back and he still hasn't left out of the bathroom yet. There's like not a peep out of him at all. And I'm thinking like, what the heck is he doing? I don't even smell anything. Normally you smell bad when you go. So I would think. But in Toshinori's case, I don't really smell anything. And I'm like, he shouldn't really get privacy because I didn't get mine. If this is a boundary for you, I'm definitely going to cross it because guess what? You cross mine. If you want me to go fully yandere on you, I will, even though I'm not a yandere because I don't know how to be. He's the yandere one. He should be thanking me that, like, I did this for him. Because think about how much of a hazard that door was. I mean, it's so freaking heavy. That's a heavy door. I'm sorry. And it's still falling apart even as I'm looking at it. Like, so now I'm trying to think of what I could say when he comes out. There has to be something I could say to make him like feel like better, I guess. but I'm not really sure what I can do because Toshinori, I know for a fact that he's gonna be upset probably or mad. He sounded pretty angry, but I don't really care. So like he still didn't come out of the bathroom and like it's time for him to go. So I go, Toshinori, it's time for you to leave. Nothing. I'm like, Toshinori. So now I'm trying to squeeze myself into the bathroom because I'm like, I have to see what he's doing because it doesn't make sense that he's not answering me. I don't smell anything, but my freaking fat body can't fit through the thing. So I squeeze back out of it again. And I'm like, well, he's going to be late for school. I've already, cleaned up. What else could I do? So then I go to the bed and I'm like, I guess I'll like take the sheets and everything off and wash them and get them all nice and clean. So I go and I do laundry. I come back and he still hasn't left out of the bathroom yet. And so I'm like, okay, he's still in there. Like, what the heck is he doing, guys? And I'm talking crap to myself. I'm just like, big freaking idiot, freaking dummy. Like, I'll freaking slap you, like, beat the crap out of you, like, saying that to me. Like, how dare you say that to me? How dare you try to shut me out of your life? You can't do that. It's too late to shut me out now. I'm already too far in. Doesn't matter what you do. So then, like, finally, the stuff finished drying, like the sheet. I straightened up the whole bed. And I'm just thinking, like, this guy's 2 hours late to work. Like, are they really going to accept that from him? So then, like, finally, Toshinori, I could see him, like, standing on the other side of the door. And he has, like, this huge frown on his face. And he's like, oh my. And then before he say God, like, the freaking door just falls off. Like, bam, it just falls. And he's, like, standing there just blinking, like. And I go, well, I guess it's time for me to go. I've already cleaned up the dishes in the kitchen. I've already done our laundry for my bed. So when you go to work, just he's like, Cotton Candy Dot, do not leave. Do not leave. We're gonna talk. And I said, no, we're not gonna talk about this. We will talk about this tomorrow when I come back. And he's like, wait. And I'm like, bye. So I called my guide. My guide came and got me. As soon as we got back here, my guide falls over, like covers half his face. So then like half of his face is showing, the other half is like hidden. He does that when he disagrees with me. I guess he thought I was wrong too, but no, like, no, I'm a part of your life, period. What do I have to do? What does he want me to do? Like, how dare you? No, not gonna do that to me. I wasn't really naughty. Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't do that. That wasn't bad, like, what I did. Like, he deserved that, right? I showed him, didn't I? Didn't I show him, guys? I showed him, right? Like, he can't punish me for that. Like, he's not gonna punish me for that. Like, I won't accept it. I will leave. I'll call my guy and we'll leave. He says he wants to talk, so we'll talk it out next time. And that's the end of that. I should be able to express myself. You know what? Sometimes actions speak louder than words. So you have to act. You can't sit there and just not do anything because the other person, sometimes they can't hear you when you're speaking. So you just have to act on it. Sometimes words fail you. Plenty of times words have failed me. And I've had to act. So this is how I'm expressing myself to you. And if you don't accept it, then that means that you don't love me the way that I think you do. If he loves me, then he'll accept that from me then. I mean, why should there be a door there anyway? You know? I mean, he can't get back at me. I mean, what's he gonna do? I'm never gonna have to go to number two to his house. I never go to his house having to go number two, because that's just not gonna happen. Okay? I mean, I don't want Toshinori to ever see that part of me. He's just not. So I make sure that I don't come there stuffed or full or have to do anything. So I'm just fine. I mean, I would have liked to see him on the toilet. Like, I wanted to see his face. But dang it, I didn't get to see. You smell like nothing though. Like, I wish I could have just squeezed into that room somehow. Like, can I make myself turn into like mist? I don't think I can do that yet. I haven't evolved that far. I mean, I guess I still have a lot of unlocking to do myself because I just have so much power stored inside of me and I don't know how to use it. That's why I keep having these stranger things happen to me. Things that can't really be explained. Anyway, I wanted to share this video with you guys because I felt like it was important for you to know how me and Toshinori, how our relationship is advancing and how it's growing even further. I trust him completely. I love him with all my heart. He will always be in my heart and nobody else's. And if he does love someone else, if he does have another special person enter into his life, I won't hurt them. I will get to know them and um, I'm willing to share. I mean, he's so big. He has so much love. I mean, if he wants to share his love with other people, I might be really jealous though if he does that to me. I think I would be pretty jealous. Like I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would allow that. I mean, I can't imagine anyone else touching him, like touching his hair and stuff. And I just can't. Like I don't know. I say that now, like, oh, I'll share him, but I don't know that I would share him. Like I'd probably just end up like kidnapping him. But no, he has to know like my actions. He has to know how much I love him. Like I love him so much. Like I wish I could play my song and sing at the same time, but I can't bring the piano. Oh, when I go back next time, I guess we're gonna talk it out. That video is so boring. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry you had to listen to me ramble and ramble, but oh, he just made me so mad. He just pissed me off so much. What would he say? He shouldn't say stuff like that to me. I'm your love. I'm your one true love. Me and me alone. So I'll probably shift back to his house. I'm thinking maybe I'll shift back there like maybe 2 days from now or something, or a day from now. So I actually don't know when you guys are gonna get another video. I'm thinking of shifting like to like maybe to like Candyland or I don't know. I mean, Candyland might end up turning into Creepyland or something. I don't know about trying to go back to Jewel Pad or Shugochara or any of those places. I haven't actually shifted to Shugochara yet, but when I did try to go to Jewel Land, I ended up at the Jewel Land from Jewel Pet. I ended up at the Digimon world and all that stuff happened. All that weird stuff happened to me. So this time I think I'm gonna play it safe and try like a neutral place like Candyland or something. I really want to go there where the whole world is made of candy. I think that would be like so cool. Maybe I could find cotton candy there and I could eat as much as I want forever. Or maybe I would just stay there forever. But no, I would have to have Toshinori with me. I don't know how I can get him to go with me to a place like that. Like, I have no idea. I don't think he could. He might be stuck in his reality only. But he's able to make stuff happen there. He made a reality with just us, so I feel like he has like store power inside of himself too. But it could also be his quirk. I know. Maybe I'll make cookies for him the next time I go and make him eat them. I don't know. Tell him he has to eat them because they're part of my heart. And it's like having my heart in you when you eat it. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Um, don't forget to give my video a like. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified of other videos when they become available to you. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be, who knows, maybe 2 or 3 days from now. I try to do a video as soon as I shift somewhere. Like I try to do a video the same day, if it was that night or the night before or something. That way I don't. That way all this stuff doesn't like. That way it's like fresh in my memory when I get ready to tell you guys what happened to me. So I keep trying to end the video, but I keep talking to you guys. I never want the conversation to end. Anyway, you guys can also write in the comments where you would like me to shift to next. And I will try and shift there. I also have to be cautious too when I shift places to have someone after me, but they become less of a bother. My God is so powerful. He can protect me from anything. I'm really not worried. I'm just worried about the places he can't go with me. So, like I said, I told you I wasn't naughty. Like, I don't think I was. I don't think it was a, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.